Hi, Peter. Thank you, first of all, for taking the time out of your extremely busy schedule, that I'm sure, to talk to me about what is currently happening in Ukraine. I guess the first thing we'll do is just introduce yourself and let everyone know who you actually are.
Awesome, no worries. So my name's Peter Bongiorni. Don't let the Italian last name fool you. I am the president of the Ukrainian Community of Queensland here in Australia. And I've been in that role for about 4 years now. Have been on the management committee of the community for about 15 years now, and grown up in the Ukrainian community all my life.
Yeah. And I guess in the last 2 days, we've heard that Russia has invaded Ukraine. Vladimir Putin has obviously said that he wasn't going to, and he has now done so. So I guess from myself being Polish, as Polish people are, we support Ukraine 100%. But from your point of view, how has the Ukrainian community taken all of this?
Honestly, we're devastated, shocked, anxious, like so many different emotions flooding. We across Brisbane, across Queensland, we've organised a rally which we held yesterday. We've got a bigger rally planned for next Sunday, the 6th of March. Across Australia, there have been rallies last weekend, more this weekend. The community here in Australia has been doing what they can to get the message out across social media, traditional media, and in the public eye. So we're doing what we can to make sure as many Australians are aware of the atrocities that are occurring over in Ukraine.
And how can we, as communities here in Australia, because we are very far away, how can we support your organisation, and also how can we help Ukraine?
You can come to any of the rallies that any of the Ukrainian communities across the country are running. We'd love the support of anyone. You do not need to be Ukrainian to attend. If you do want to make a donation, there is the Ukraine Crisis Appeal. So the Ukraine Crisis Appeal has been set up by the Australian Federation of Ukrainian Organisations. They're our national body that the Ukrainian Community of Queensland and the other state-based organisations are part of. It's run in conjunction with Rotary Australia and Caritas Ukraine. And you can go to ukrainecrisisappeal.org, and all donations are tax deductible.
I'll put all the links in the description of the video, and obviously as you can see here as well. So thank you for that, because that's really important. A lot of people have been asking, how can we send money? I know that I've seen a lot of posts about people having excess clothing that they want to send as well, and all of that probably will help. It will take months to get there, maybe not get there at all, because of obviously what's happening. So I think money is what the Ukrainian people need at the moment. Would you agree?
Yeah, and like the Ukraine Crisis Appeal, we're raising as much money as we can for humanitarian aid, medical supplies, helping like wounded veterans and so on. So all the money that's being raised is going to that humanitarian aid effort.
Yeah. And I guess, you know, the invasion of Ukraine has surprised all of us. We thought the talks would have been a little bit more successful. What's your opinion on this whole crisis in regards to the measures that the UN has taken?
I don't have a very favourable opinion of the UN at this point in time, to be honest. They haven't been able to do much. With Russia having a permanent seat on the Security Council, they've vetoed the actions that the UN are trying to take, so the UN are pretty toothless at this point.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree with you on that. I mean, yes, they are limited in what they can do. Russia controls the vote, but I'm obviously a little bit more shocked as well that China, India, and the United Arab Emirates have also abstained from the vote, which is shocking as well. I thought united we would have been and made a bit of a change. I guess we just have to watch and see what happens with these sanctions. Hopefully they will make a bit of a dent as well to Putin's coffers, but I think personally he's got his ways around it.
It will make a dent. What we need is more action from NATO, from the UN, from the allies. Yeah. We need more sanctions. We need Russia taken out of SWIFT, the banking organization, to really make it hurt for them. But yeah, those things haven't come yet.
Yeah. And what has your support been from other community organisations, especially the Russian organisations here in Queensland or Australia? What have you been hearing?
At our rally yesterday, we had members of the Russian community coming out to support us. I haven't heard anything official come across my emails or phone, but there were definitely members of the Russian community out there supporting us. I know quite a few Russian people who think this is completely deplorable, and that they're 100% supporting Ukraine.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I think the fear is in those Russian people that obviously if you go and support Ukraine, that they might be reprimanded from their own government in ways that are incomprehensible, especially in their own country. They've got families there and things like that. But I'm just so happy that at least they are coming out.
Yeah.
They might not be able to officially agree with it, but at least they are coming out and obviously supporting you as well.
Yeah, it's been good to have their support, but the support of many others. I've had phone calls from politicians. I've had people that I haven't heard from in years reach out to me on social media. So it's good to see that the message is getting out to the wider community and that the support. Our Facebook page at the Ukrainian Community of Queensland has just been flooded with like messages of support. Lots of people, like non-Ukrainians, like asking how they can donate and how they can help. So we've been pushing out those messages there. So yeah, generally the support across the communities of Australia have been amazing.
Yeah, and I know obviously in Brisbane we've got the Ukrainian Club as well. Will you be holding events or anything like that to raise awareness and money?
Yes, so we're organising a number of fundraising things, so more details will be put on our website, ukrqld.com.au, and our social media pages, our Facebook and Instagram. The next big one will be the rally that we're holding in King George Square at 12 p.m. on Sunday the 6th of March, so not tomorrow, but next Sunday. Yeah,
I'll be there as well to support you guys. I think it's really important that we come out, although our voice may not be heard by Mr. Putin. I hope our politicians and our, I guess, community and the general public supports us and pushes those in power to increase their sanctions, increase their, I guess, punishments for what is currently happening.
Yeah, like I said before, the support has been really good. When Putin annexed Crimea in 2014, we did have some negative comments on some of our social media posts by pro-Putin supporters. We haven't had any of that at this point, and we've been a lot more vocal this time around. So that's definitely a more positive sign. Yeah.
So in regards to what Australia can do further, does the Ukrainian community or the national body of Ukraine here in Australia have any, I guess, not demands, but would like things to happen by Australian standards and by the Australian government to do things as well a little bit stronger?
Yeah, for sure. Firstly, like the support that the Australian government has provided so far in terms of sanctions and relaxed rules and regulations around visas for people from Ukraine have been amazing, and we're very grateful for that. Yeah. We are calling for no Russian ships to be allowed to dock in Australian ports, the closing of the Russian consulate in Sydney, some more detail about the non-lethal military aid the Australian government has promised, particularly around medical aid. From an international level, the Ukrainian World Congress and the International Ukrainian Diaspora is asking for Russia to be banned from SWIFT, protecting the Ukrainian sky by enacting a no-fly zone, and sending NATO into Ukraine.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people will say, well, NATO is a defensive power and all this sort of stuff, and they can't literally go into a country that is being invaded by Russia. But let's not forget Yugoslavia. They've gone in there and done that as well because of ethnic cleansing. I mean, this is exactly what's happening. Putin is trying to decapitate the current Ukrainian government and install either a puppet government or a proxy government or do whatever the hell that they want to do there. So I think that whole argument of NATO can't get involved is very flawed.
Yeah, I'd agree. They are a defensive, military organization. Ukraine is under attack and needs defense. That's literally what needs to happen is defense.
That's right. Now, Ukraine hasn't been doing anything to deserve this. It's not like they've been, attacking Russia from the back fronts with Molotov cocktails But I mean, at the end of the day, this is this is a pure invasion. It had nothing. They wanted to talk. They wanted to come to the table. They wanted to do all the right things, and Putin blankly ignored it all, and at 5 a.m. in the morning decided to invade. So that's So like, it's a democratic country with a voting system, with a beautiful culture that Poland shares with, and this really hits hard at home as well. So my country is really worried as well. I've had multiple phone calls from my family last night that they were worried about what's happening. So I feel for you and your community as well. Well, Peter, I really want to thank you for your time. I know your phone's probably ringing off the hook. You've got emails coming in, Zoom meetings constantly. So I really want to thank you for taking this time out of your busy schedule to sit with me and provide this information. I hope that the message gets through. As I said, any links that we've discussed will be in the description. So please go and visit them. Any money, even $1, $2, whatever, it will help. It will help.
Absolutely. And thank you for your time, and to the Polish community here in Queensland and the wider Polish community. Thank you for your support.
No, thank you. And please reach out if you have any questions. Links are in the description. So even if you want to send messages of obviously gratitude to the Australian government for what they're doing currently, as you said, with the relaxed visa program, I think anything will help. Anything.
100%.
Okay. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you.